our road, in fact, the same way, very similar to railway system. For example, in the early beginning, we use the Russian standards technology, and after reform in 1980s, China will use the loans, the money, the capitals from like ADB, Asia Development Bank, from Japan, from World Bank to construct our high-speed highway. And we also encourage local government, also the private company to invest in the real highway construction. For example, one highway, you can have like 30 years to collect the toll fees. This is some companies, especially private company, can make investment to. This is a very efficient way. So this is kind of how it works in our highway system. Our first highway system was this one. Beijing, Tianjin. In early, the first highway was built in 1988. In 1997, we have totally almost 5,000 highway, 5,000 kilometers of highway. Now you can see that we have 177,000 kilometers of highway in China. Very convenient for us. This is the highway railway line set up a solid foundation for China industry society. For example, logistics. I can order a box of red wine. After 3 days, it can shipped from south of China, Guangzhou, to Beijing within 3 days. And for some very robust or strong economic zone, Beijing, Shanghai, Jiangsu, Zhejiang, the 3 provinces very rich and very close. For logistics, if you buy something on internet, free of transportation fees, because it is local logistics, develop very fast, efficient. The logistic fee is very, very low. So next one, as I mentioned to you last time, in China, we have too much resources regarding the railway, highway construction. We have too many companies, but in fact, our home market is shrinking. In the past, every year, 5,000 kilometers of railway put into operation, 5,000 or 4,000 or 3,000 of high-speed railway put into operation each year. But now, every year for the railway, just 1,000. For the highway, for the high-speed railway, just 1,000 kilometers per hour. So we have, most of the companies don't have enough projects for working. So they have to step out of China to find international product. For example, this is ECRL. This is Malaysia. I have been working on this product for 3 months in Malaysia. This is a ECR product, and it will be finished. It will be finished after 2 years. 2026, it will put into operation. I have been working here for railway technology education. I helped them to set up a railway education center, because the country like you, or not even better than you, for the past almost 80 years, there's no newly built railway project. Even like you, they have like the metro system. You have the metro system like the Orange Line and Lahar, but they only have the metro system in the capital, Colombo. This is the the railway project. East. I've been working here. This is railway hub center for maintenance and operation as well as education. This is the East Railway, East Coast Link, rail link. This is one project. And another one, this is for highway project. It was built by China. Very quick. It took 3 years. It just took 3 years put into operation. We use the build, operate, transfer mode of construction. And the next one is this is another one, and this is a high-speed railway in Indonesia. It will be put into operation next month, September. It will be put into operation. Normally, the destined time is this month is August 17th, the National Day of Indonesia country, but due to the COVID, the project is 1 year delayed something like that. The operating speed is 300 km per hour. The design speed is 350 km per hour. It's just 142 kilometer in total length. Okay, this is one project. It was 1 month delay for the project, but in fact it was 1 year delayed. This is Indonesia railway project. Next one is Cambodia. For like 3 months ago, Cambodian the Prime Minister visit China to ask us to help them to build the high-speed rail. The high-speed factor is not high-speed rail by definition. It's just 160 km per hour. And you know that our loss railway is finished. This one is finished. It was put into operation 2 years. The railway product for this one makes a lot of money. It's very good product, benefit two countries' economic. And others, this is like Thailand, and for them, this is Laos. This one is finished. It's worked very well. And Thailand high-speed railway is under construction. And this one, okay, this is just to let you know about the China railway and the highway experience and our determination to build and road. So we have the strong needs to explore the international market and to shift our industry as well as labor experience to other countries. So the second part is history and discussion. In fact, during our China to develop the railway or the high-speed railway, there were some arguments, debate. For example, the two parts they didn't agree with each other. Debate and delay the project, and so I think it is important to let you know about this history because it's important for most of the countries, even for China socialism system, but still there are two different parts from, for example, the Ministry of Railway, from the central government. They didn't agree with each other. For example, the first one is develop high-speed railway or not. The second one, wait to use international technology or develop our own technology. Because we also have our own technology, why we have to borrow other countries' technology? And the third one is to develop the high-speed railway newly built or improve the speed of the existing railway product. So these answers now after 20 years, after 30 years, it is a simple question. But 30 years ago, it was a hot debate. Nobody can forecast 30 years later what will be like. For example, like the geo policy, like our population, like our economic. Nobody can imagine that our 40 years ago, nobody or 20, 30 years ago, nobody can know that our economy can reach such a level, a good level. For example, my generation, when we were born, we have nothing, very poor, we have nothing. But during the past 40 years, China economic developed very fast. Every 5 years, totally a different stage. Especially after we joined the WTO, it is stimulate, it increase our technology, our market, our salary, our economic very fast. So this is a history I want to share with something with you. For example, even 35 years ago, there was a concept to develop a Beijing-Shanghai high-speed railway. So it was a long time ago, from 1990. But everybody knows that after more than 2012, the project was put into operation. It took 22 years from the idea to real project. It takes time. On January 2000, the construction of Beijing-Shanghai has been started. So after it took 17 years to make the determination, to make the decision. And at that time, the central government make the development of a high-speed railroad as the national strategy, which means is the China policy. How to even for the high-speed railway development, there are three research stages. For example, from 1990 to 2002, we call it engineering technology research. Before makes project, we did research. For example, we collect the information technology of the world high-speed railway. We hire the international consulting company. We hire 3 international companies to make a research report. For example, three years later, the consulting company joined with China state-owned consulting company joined with international consulting company. They finished this project. Beijing-Shanghai high-speed railway major technology and economical pre-study report, like land occupation, like money, what kind of technology and benefits, how we can pay back the investment. This is very important. It took 3 years. So my proposal to Pakistan Railway or central government, you should make a proposal, a plan, like the industry technology study. For example, you take it, all the countries, different departments can join in this report, working together to know what kind of railway you wanted, like speed, like function, like from where to construct the railway, the priority of each different railway lines, from the life cycle cost, from investment, things like that. Another thing I want to share with you is after 1998, there was a hot debate regarding developing the high-speed railway. There are two solutions. One is to use maglev system. Maglev system. One is use wheel-rail system. Two different groups debate. The central government, the prime minister, prefer to use maglev system, but the minister of the railway, he didn't want to use the maglev system. So what he did, he delayed the product until the prime minister retired. Okay, so something funny really happened. It's not a smooth way to develop the railway, to develop high-speed railway. There are lots of things like ups, downs, or difficulties, challenges, setback. The next one, and after the second stages is significant technology breakthrough, which means our China railway system investment and improvement. So based on the international consulting, Japan, Germany, France, we have the regulation or this is temporary standard. Based on this temporary standard, like a guideline, the China railway, different companies, universities working together to solve the problem one by one. For example, at that time, I was a member of to make a research about the high-speed railway turnout. Some companies working on the train control technology, some working on the train, some working on the civil engineering, some working on the operation maintenance, some working on the system ticket and train timetable, some working on the railway station construction or designing. This is it took us 5 years, and we form our own high-speed railway technology standard. As I mentioned to you, because there were 6 rounds of speed up. So speed run up to 200 km/h. We have more than 8,000 kilometers of railway after improvement, after construction on the existing railway system. We have more than 8,000 kilometers of railway can run at a speed of more than 200 km/h. This is very important for our future high-speed railway development. We have our own high-speed railway technology, and the total length is #1 in the world. You can imagine 8,000 kilometers. At that time, the second one is just 3,000 kilometers, 3,000 kilometers in length. So our high-speed railway was not built in 1 day, in 1 year, in 10 years. In fact, it was built up within 20 years. So this is some the third stages after 2008. For example, we have the Beijing, Tianjin high-speed railway. We have the Shanghai, Hangzhou high-speed railway run the speed. We have Beijing, Shanghai high-speed railway. The maximum speed of travel test speed up to 486 km/h. So after 3 stages, gradually, we develop our own high-speed railway system. It takes time. So during these 3 stages, we have 3 controversial issues debate. Some disapproving voices, to be or not. For example, why not? We don't need to develop high-speed railway. This is 30 years ago. Somebody said, yeah, write news in the newspaper. We don't need the high speed rate because our economy is not that good. So people could not afford the ticket, too expensive. And we still can do lots of work based on our own old existing railway lines. Because there was debate. So nobody can say how it will be after 20 years. This is totally before 2000. Before 2000, China, the economy is not that good. The salary as a time for an engineer, each month is just 1,000, 2,000. But now the salary for an engineer is 10,000. So now people can pay for the high-speed railway train tickets. As I mentioned to you, for this moment, it's very difficult to buy the ticket because the holiday, the students make a visit to Beijing, to visit university, to make a sightseeing. So they're very busy. It's very difficult to buy the ticket. The railway company make lots of money. So after repeated arguments, the need for the construction of the Beijing-Shanghai high-speed was confirmed. Time to decided to develop the high-speed railway. We have the technical feasibility because we can handle the problems of technical. We have the economic development trend, very good, and we can solve the problems of the funding. So the former Minister of Railway decided to construct the high-speed rail Beijing-Shanghai. It works. Now it becomes the most money making. As I mentioned to you, one day 101 billion RMB income. So somebody talk something, and somebody asked me a question, so I can check. What's the question? Okay. What's the question? I can see. Not the question, just a comment. Okay. Next one is another controversial debate. Will rail, yes or no? As I mentioned to you at that time, some others, even our Prime Minister, prefer to develop the maglev system. After 3 years debate, after the former Prime Minister retired, we start our railway system construction. So there are, for example, for the maglev system, they have very good advantages. For example, high speed can run speed at like 400 km per hour, 500 km per hour easily, and they can climb a very good big steep, and there's not too much engineering work, low noise, and less vibration. But there are also disadvantages. In the world at that time, there were just several testing products. So there is no commercial operation experience. Second one is very high construction cost. The third one is poor compatibility with our own, the former rail system. This is bad thing. So which means 25 years ago, it was not good idea to develop the maglev system. But after 25 years, now for China, it is also a good moment. It is become a good moment to develop the maglev system. For example, now several cities of China want to develop the maglev system with a higher speed of more than 500 km per hour. maglev system. For example, Beijing, Shanghai, and Shandong province, Jinan, Qingdao, or the Shanghai, Hangzhou, or even Guangzhou, Shenzhen maglev system. So something, for example, 25 years ago, it was not good choice, but after 25 years ago, it become a possible or not bad solution. So each technology or each mode has its application within time and location. If time and location changed, maybe the answer is totally different. So after several arguments, the real system was adopted. Another one, import twins or yes or not. So like in 2000, because China we have our own railway industry. Some so-called patriotism or most people prefer to use our own railway local rolling stock, our own brand. At that time, like 25 years ago, we have our own high-speed train can run at a speed 250 km/h. But the problem is sometimes it broke down. The train's reliability is not good. So the former Minister of Railway, he decided not to use our own brand, our own factories product but to import the railway rolling stocks from Japan, France, Bombardier, Siemens. 25 years ago, some of the chief engineer from the China Railway rolling stock companies, how to say, they wrote a mail to the central government, to the president, to make complaint. Why not use our own technology? But the prime minister, the former minister of railway, he said, if I give you 3 years time, I trust you can do the product, no problem. But China and I could not wait another 3 years for you. So we directly to import the train set technology. First part is import 200 km/h for existing railway. And then we import 300 km/h railway rolling stocks. But the thing I share with you is during this import, the former Minister of Railway, he asked each international company should collaborate with one of China Railway rolling stock company. This is the first one. You must have set up joint venture. The second one is I can import, for example, the first 5 trains totally imported, pay the train set. The second batch, for example, another 10, you should you send us you send the parts to China. We work together to assemble it in China. The second batch. The third batch is 70% produced in China, assembled in China. So China Railway rolling stock technology gradually grasps this technology. The third one, if you want to sell the product into China, the railway company will evaluate how much the foreign companies teach the Chinese companies. The second, we also evaluate how much the Chinese company learn from the international brands. So this policy is smart, really smart. First, they said there are three joint ventures, like Japan, Bombardier, as well as France, and the last one are 4, Siemens. And they collaborate with different China railway companies. They compete with each other. And this greatly improve our railway technology. At that time, we sent lots of railway rolling stock engineers to study abroad 1 year, half a year, because we have our own system and we have the foundation. Very quick, half a year, that's enough. So gradually, we grasp the technology and we can produce our railway rolling stocks with our own brand finally. So I think in the future, Pakistan can do the same thing. You can, for example, not only one company, but if one company monopoly, no competition, should collaborate with maybe 2 companies. I don't know. Anyway, this next one is practice. We have Guangzhou Shenzhen high speed rail. This is the first one.